This is how you can make DIY custom anime posters for $1. First, you're going to go to this link. It should be the first one in the description. Then you're going to create an account with Canva. If you already have an account, should put you into this where I have my little template. Then you're going to look for like an anime image that you like. Like first I go here to cool anime moments, and you always got to go for large because you want the biggest one so like it doesn't look bad. Then I got this Tanjiro one, and I think it looks pretty good. And then you're just going to go back to your thing. You're going to drag it in. Then it's going to first like do a little bit of downloading. Then you're going to drag it into the actual project where it should be kind of weird with the cropping. It kind of depends on how big your image is. But this one I just, cropped it to make it look good for the poster. You can make it bigger or smaller if you want, just because, if it's bigger, like it could look a little bit cooler, but it's going to make the text a little bit more squished. And I think the text looks good in this case. So then here I got it cropped all right. Then you're going to go to My Anime List or Wikipedia, basically anything where you can see the start date of your anime and basically kind of like what it's all about. If it's a shonen versus seinen, I think that's what the other one is. So here I go to Demon Slayer, of course. You can kind of put in the Japanese or the Hepburn way, or you can put in just the regular name if you like want it on your poster. So first I do change the date to 2019 because that's when the first Demon Slayer came out. You can kind of like change it if you want it to be like the full like years of Demon Slayer or just the year it came out. I like just doing the year it came out. And then here there's also in the actual poster there's a thing where it's like shonen, where you can put that if it is a shonen. If not, you don't like need to have it in there, and just you can just do the date. But either way, this is pretty good. Then you go and you change up the genres. So here the genres are, I believe it's action and fantasy. And then you're going to take that, you're going to just copy and paste. I think it looks probably the best. You're going to take that and you're going to copy and paste it into your poster. And then like here, there's not as much, like it doesn't fill out the whole thing. So I just added historical as well because it is like that's a theme of the show and it is a historical show. So I definitely wanted to add that in. And there you go. You're basically done with your whole poster at that point. But then you're gonna want to download it. Just download it as a PNG. It should be the just the first one up there. I think PNG is the most like the best one in my opinion. Just download in the highest quality. They kind of restrict you on quality, but I think this should look good enough, and it should be good enough for the printing part. Another thing you can do is just go to like you can just search up anime posters, or you can just search up like the show and then the season, and they'll usually have like a little like poster like this, and you can also just download these. I would try and get these into 8.5 by 11 format first, just because that's the actual one that we're printing out of. But just try and get these anime posters are pretty cool, and just try and get them into the 8.5 by 11 so then it looks best for the printing. But you can kind of take any poster or any like footage of anime. You can take like a little screenshot and you can put it into this, and then as long as it's 8.5 by 11, you can print it out and it should look really good. And then for the printing part, you're going to want to go to the FedEx link in the description, and it should go to this Office FedEx page, and then you're going to go to upload a file where you can upload your own custom files. Here I'm going to first drag in the custom poster I made, and it's just going to take a little bit to upload, but that's kind of how it is. Then it's kind of ready for you to print, and you can just do whatever with it. What I like to do is look at the product print options. There's a bunch of different types of paper you can use, but what I like to do is go for the heaviest one because those are going to be the thickest ones, and they're going to like stand a lot more time. I think the gloss text also look cool, but I'm not sure because they're a lot thinner on these ones. I did have some older ones that are kind of heavier, but I would always just go with the heaviest one, or like if you want to print in a certain color, I don't know why you'd want to do that, but like if you want to do that, you can print with that. But I always just go for the 80-pound paper one. I don't know, whatever it is. But then you're going to add it to your cart, and it's going to come out as $1.25 per poster, which I think is kind of a deal on this one. And then if you're going to print more posters, which I definitely would suggest, you don't want to go to FedEx just for one poster. You're just going to go back to that same thing, click on the FedEx Office logo, and you can do the same thing again. I do it again with the next poster, the Demon Slayer Season 2 one, and it's just the same. I think you can go with some other like different types of paper, but I definitely think going as thick as you can probably is the best and the cheapest you can do. Like these are $120. You can also do the index cards or the card stock. I've never tried that, but I think it's not that bad, and just Maybe going with the 110 index, that could also, be even better because they're a lot thicker at that point. But I think basically anything you go, as long as you go over 60 pounds, should look pretty good. And if you go with the 80-pound one, they're $1.25, which I think is a really good price for these. And just overall, it's a great price for posters. You can get basically any poster on this for $1.25, which I think is really good. And then you're just going to go to proceed to check out. What you can do is when you're checking out, you can use Rakuten. That should be a link in the description. It's going to give you 2.5 cash back on any purchase you make. So if you spend like $15, you'll get like 30 cents back. It kind of helps, and you can also help me out. If you spend more than $30, you'll get $30, and you'll also get me $30. So it also helps the channel. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go pick up at the store. Just pick up like at a one close to you. And yeah, that's basically it. And then you're done. And just pick up at the one that's either the closest or can get it to you the quickest. Like here, this one is going to be a Monday one versus the West Hollywood one would be a Sunday one. And most of the time, their predictions of like the time they can get it to you is the latest they can get it to you. And they'll almost always get it to you before that. So this is how you can get basically any anime poster at an 8.5 by 11 like size for $1.25 or less if you want to go for the cheaper paper. But either way, this is a way to get cheap anime posters. And if you have any questions, just comment about that. And then I definitely would suggest liking the video and subscribing because there will be more videos like this.